Hey guys, welcome back. So today we've got another project. I'm actually loving these projects we've got going on. This one is a project of necessity, however. So this is my, forgive me, I do not remember what year I bought it. This is an old Fender Acoustic. It's 2004, 2005-ish. The actual model it's a CD 140 SCE in natural, meaning that it has the natural finish and it has the satin neck. So, what we've got going on today is either the undersaddle piezo pickup or the. Let's see if I can get this in there. Oh, yep, you can't see it. Anyway, so the preamp, which is up here, is going bad. I'm gonna assume that it's the preamp and not the pickup. Solely because if you go ahead and hit the phase button, it actually mutes the guitar, which that shouldn't be happening. So I'm hoping that this is going to be a relatively straightforward deal. I've never done an acoustic pickup, so I mean, we'll kind of just see what happens. So when you go to change out one of these pickups, there's some options. Right now, the real hot item is the LR bag system, and they have their Anthem system, which gives you their basic Anthem system, at least gives you an under saddle piezo, plus it has a pickup that mounts just kind of right in here, just kind of right in with the bracing and whatnot, and then it gives you all of your volume and tone, whatever, inside the sound hole here. Those are a great option. They're $279, I think, which is, I'd say, pretty good. But being that it already has the hole cut out up here, and it has the preamp built in right here, it didn't really make sense to go with one of those, because then basically, I've got this, I basically have to leave, this old preamp in here, or find something else to put there. I don't know, like a battery door or something. I don't know. It didn't quite make sense. Now, adversely, they do have a more expensive version. I think it's the Anthem Pro, where it does have the preamp up on the side of the guitar like this. And that was, I think, another $100. And I mean, obviously, it was a fancier deal. It had so the regular Anthem, I guess we should preface with, it has under saddle. It has the mic, but instead of having any real tonal options, you have a balance between the piezo and the under saddle, and then just a volume. So those are your basic tonal options. The Pro has your high, mid, low. It has a blend. It has a phase. It has a tuner, volume. All the things. And then so this actually has the Fishman straight out the gate, and the Fishman was actually more expensive, which is I think a little weird, considering. I mean, I love Fishman, and back when I bought this Fishman preamp was the thing. Martin was using them. Taylor was using them. I think everybody was using these stupid Fishmans. I mean, this wasn't the top dog. This is the Arrow, but it's a good system. I mean, it's a decent sounding system. But the thing is, if I wanted to continue to use the Fishman system, I was going to be in it $300. And that's, if I remember right, that is to just replace this arrow with another arrow. And so that just didn't sit well with me. This guitar was $350 on sale. You could probably get it cheaper now, but you know, 300 and some change, brand new at Guitar Center. And you know, back then it wasn't like, you know, you were seeing a lot of like $99 acoustics. I bought this one, not really intending on using it as an electric acoustic. Honestly, the price was right. It sounded pretty decent, and the preamp has a built-in tuner, so you know, it was kind of a win-win. So just to have a look at what we got, hopefully this camera's picking this up. So what this is a, basically it's a Chinese copy of the Fishman system. It looks almost identical. Apart from it does say AF03. Now, this one, it does some stuff a little bit different than the system that was in it. Now, on the controls, we have your volume tuner. I have heard that the tuner is pretty cheesy on this thing, and it actually, supposedly, I'm going to have to test it out, but from what I've heard, the tuner shows sharp when it's flat and flat when it's sharp. Whatever. I don't use the built-in tuner anymore. But you for tone, you have your bass, middle, and treble. You have a notch filter, which, if it works, that's actually pretty cool. You have a mic blend, which it has a little microphone on the back of this guy. That's what this is right here. And it has your phase switch. And again, that's kind of what's going on with mine. It's not just that it mutes with the phase switch. It actually has very, very, very little output. So that's what's really causing me issues, is I'm having to turn my preamp up on my HX Stomp pedal to even be able to really get the output that I need going into the board. It wouldn't be a thing except for my channel in the soundboard at church does not change, and we don't have an active sound guy. So if I switch between electric and acoustic, or if one day I'm playing acoustic and the next day I'm playing electric, it means that we have to change the gain structures if the preamp's not working correctly. And so in comes this bad boy. Now, this is $20 on Amazon. There will be links down below in the description for this wonderful system. But I mean, even if it doesn't work well, have we really lost? I mean, I don't know. So let's get into this. What we're gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get quite a bit of slack on these strings, and I'm gonna hold tension on them as I do it. I don't have like a ton of wraps. Ooh. The way that I string my guitars, I generally only have, maybe a couple full wraps, if that. So there's not a lot of string to play with, but I should be able to get it to where we can get these pins out without popping these strings completely off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to lose tension on the strings, and then I'm going to put a capo on the first fret. So kind of an old school trick. If you have an old Fender guitar, like an old Fender Strat that has its truss rod adjustment to where you have to remove the neck from the body, that's kind of one of the old tricks that they used to use. You want to hold tension on the strings while you're backing them off, so that way they don't, that basically the knot at the end doesn't undo itself. But then you just boop, capo there, and we're good to go. Let's see if this works. This guy is supposed to pull these. It never really does. Loosen that one up. Oh, baby. Are we going to get lucky today? Oh, not on that one. Oh, come on. All right, so these strings are going to be a little bit of a pain. That's okay. That's okay. We can take care of them pretty easily. Just ever so slight tension. I don't want to really mark these guys up. All right, so we should be able to just, oh yeah. All right, so strings aside, if we pull the bridge here, you should be able to see on this downward angle, this right here is our piezo pickup. So we're going to go ahead and just kind of get that guy just like that. All right. That one is out. Now, this guitar has screws back here. And you do want, on these systems, they are pretty small screw heads. And so I'm using a little precision screwdriver to take this apart. What I don't know is whether or not this is threaded. Wow, I'm way out of focus. It's okay. It's okay. That's one thing. This is that new lens that I bought, and the autofocus does not function all that well. Okay. So this guy is actually quite a bit different than I thought it was going to be. And that's okay. That's okay. It should all disconnect at the preamp, and in fact I might actually be able to just throw that same input jack back on, since it is functioning just fine. I'm pretty sure that the input jack just has a PC connector, so we should be pretty well good to go. One thing, and I don't know if it's going to make a big difference because it might just bend just fine, is the outer frame of the preamp is bent to match the guitar. And I don't know if it's just that the screws over time putting pressure down on it have gotten it that way. But either way, I should be able to, I say should, remove that surround from the actual Fishman and put it on the other one. They're the same size, So there really shouldn't be too much of an issue there. So yeah, let's go ahead and nope. Get in there with the screwdriver. And we should be able to just disconnect this PC connector. Oh yeah. So I think we're actually in pretty good shape there. This PA's on the rest of the way out of there. Oh, not sure what's going on there. What are we hooked on? Everything seems to just kind of be in knots. All right, so the old Fishman is out. And I'm going to go ahead and say undamaged. So if worst case scenario happens and we've got to put that guy back in, it's not going to be the end of the world, honestly. Now, we are going to do that. We're going to go ahead and, well, maybe. Oh, goodness. All right. If we can, and I don't know that we can. Maybe we can. The connectors look different. We're going to dry fit it with this outside. And oh, that works. That works fine. Okay. We're good. You know, we're just chugging right along here. I mean, this is working out better than I had really even expected. So we're good. Make sure we can get this guy. Use all available space we have. And we'll weed her on through. Yeah, that's actually going to fit pretty good, I think. I mean, it might be a little weird, but that's okay. This is going easy. You know, knock on wood. But, you know, like, what did I do? Most pickup changes involve a lot of work. I mean, really, if we're gonna be honest about it, you know, the amount of soldering and disassembling and everything that goes into it. And you know, I have a policy, not just with guitars, but you know, there's certain parts that if I pull them, they get replaced no matter what. And pots and switches, man. I don't like to resolder pots and switches all that much. So when I change pickups on an electric guitar, there's some stuff involved. You know, I'm rewiring the whole thing usually because, number one, why not? That's the biggest thing is, why not? You're in it already. You know, you might as well. Oh, the computer went black. Cool. But we're still recording, so it's good. And to be quite honest, you know, when it comes to like electric guitar stuff, CTS pots are not that expensive. And they're amazing. You know, Switchcraft jacks are not that expensive. You know, I usually go CTS, or a lot of times I'll go Fender branded for my switches. Just buggering up the freaking screw heads right now. That's okay. That thing fits good. I am thoroughly impressed. One thing though is, was there like some kind of a okay, so I'm feeling this out right now, and there's a cable tie that was kind of holding all this in place. So when we're done, we're gonna have to remember to tidy all that up. Oh my gosh, how am I gonna do this? Okay, so we pull this guy up, right, like so, and we close our eyes so that we can do this by braille. I can't be the only person that does this. It's not working. It's not working, guys. Ah! What a pain in the neck. What is going on here? I can feel it. I can feel it in there. So, here, let's put it back down. Standing this guy up is not helping anything. Okay. So now at least y'all can see in one of the shots. Yeah, this is a real pain. Damn, wire go. So getting this guy fed through is a total pain in the neck. I cannot figure out a way to get power down in there where this is gonna work. I can kind of feel it. Oh, that is not the right hole. And that's what she said. Okay. Well, that happened. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna try again. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay to fail. I do it often. Oh man, what am I gonna do here? All right, I got a plan. Kind of. So I'm gonna take. Nope. Ball ends don't work. What if I just feed a chunk of wire through? Then I should be able to feel where that is. Oh, we got it. Can you believe it? We freaking got that thing, dude. All right. It's okay. It's okay. We got it. We can all breathe now. We're good. So we're going to go ahead and figure out which way this guy was orientated. We are good. We're good. We're good. We're good. And hopefully we didn't damage that stupid pickup, because I would be just livid with myself if I damaged that stupid pickup. So, but we're learning. We're learning. We're learning. Screwdriver was probably a bit of a brute tool for that, but you know what? We do what we do. That is probably not quite right, but you know what? I'm okay with it. And this stupid piezo will sit properly after it's had some string tension on it for a little bit, so I'm not super concerned with that. I'm a little bit concerned with it, but not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world, guys. It's not. Okay, lock that sucker into place. Oh, boy howdy. So, provided this all went well, we should have a sound sample coming up next. So I'm going to finish restringing this. We're going to go ahead and pause for now. And when we come back, we're going to play this guitar. And hopefully it should be making noise through an amp. And if not, well, we're out $20. I'll be right back. All right, guys. So I just went ahead and decided to do a playing demo. I was going to go over some EQing and twisting some knobs on that thing. But what I decided was best was actually to just go ahead and find a sound that I like and use that as a best representation. Now, I do think that it's a little fiddly, but I do think it has a really, really good sound. You'll notice on the playthrough, I went ahead and used the condenser mic to mix in with it, and I turned that on and off and turned the the pickup system's signal on and off. And the whole point behind doing that was to kind of give you a little bit of a contrast of what, miking the guitar would sound like and what it sounds like with the pickup system. Now, I do think that the way I've got it set up right now, it does kind of have almost like kind of a banjo type sound to it on the top end, but I don't hate it. And it's something that, I'll definitely be cleaning up with my other pedals and, the preamp that I'm running through. However, I do think that this is a really good sounding pickup option. And at least it was like $21 on Amazon. I mean, you really can't lose with that. The install wasn't that bad. It only took me a few minutes to find a sound that I like. Now, there is one thing. So I don't know if I can even pick this up on the camera, but so you open the battery door, and right here, you can see there's a little hole, and there's a white little mini pot in there, and that is a microphone trim pot. Now, this is important. That trim pot from the factory was turned all the way up, and I was having a really hard time getting the mic blend to work right. It was way louder than the signal from the piezo pickup, and it was boomy and it was distorting, and it wasn't good. So when I found that was a godsend. I'm actually have it turned all the way down, and the blend. So overview of how I have it set up right now. I have the blend at about 1:00 for the mic blend. Now it has a notch filter that you want to set kind of by ear. So basically what you want to do is you want to turn that mic up just to where it starts feeding back on you just a little bit. And you turn that notch filter up until it kind of squelches that out. That's where you want the notch filter set up. It's not really an EQing option per se. It does kind of get rid of some of the boominess, but that's what that's really for, is it's taking some offending frequencies that want to auto generate. So that's what we did there. As far as your bass, your middle, and treble, the treble's boosted just slightly. Mids I took a lot out of, and bass I took a lot out of because it is very, very boomy. So it's just a simple setup. I backed off the volume on it until I got a really nice clean sound. On a lot of these preamp systems, you just run into a lot of trouble if you have that volume all the way up. And so, I think honestly, in my opinion, it sounds better than the actual Fishman that was in there to begin with. And I know that seems kind of odd to say, but I mean, this was a very, very, very simple version of the Fishman, but it just had the piezo, and this has a mic, and it's not a great mic, but it's a mic. And so it's giving me what I feel like is a little bit more of an accurate representation of what that guitar sounds like. And so with that, guys, again, if you guys are enjoying the kind of content that I'm creating, please be sure to like and subscribe, and I'm out of here. Thanks, guys.